Welcome back to the deep dive. So, there's been a lot of buzz. A huge new piece of tech just landed, the Apple Watch Series 11.
Yep. And the reviews are, well, pretty enthusiastic, to say the least.
They really are. So, our mission today is pretty straightforward. We're taking a close look at one specific model, the GPS Plus Cellular 42mm version.
Right.
And we want to cut through all that hype, get to the real takeaways on design, performance, and how useful it actually is for health tracking, for someone really looking closely.
And this model, the 42mm cellular, it really does feel like a step up, an evolution.
Uh-huh.
It's this interesting blend of, like, high-end style, but with tech that's supposed to just fit into your life.
Yeah, disappear almost.
Exactly. And the thing reviewers keep grabbing onto is how refined it looks, like a proper watch. Good for the office, but it still works like a serious fitness tracker.
That dual identity thing is probably key, isn't it? It sort of tackles that old issue where wearables just look like, well, gadgets.
Right. A bit too techy sometimes.
So we need to figure out what makes this specific one stand out. There's a lot of competition now in sophisticated wearables.
Definitely. So we'll focus on those key features. We'll start with the look and feel, the physical side.
Okay.
Then drill down into the performance, the engine under the hood, basically.
Makes sense.
And finally get into the health tracking updates. There seem to be some big changes there.
All right, sounds good. Let's kick off with aesthetics then. The review we looked at really focused on the rose gold aluminum case with the light blush sport band.
That specific combo.
And I have to say, looking at it, it feels like they're finally making wearables that look like actual jewelry pieces, not just, functional plastic bits. It feels like a shift.
Yeah, it shows the product line is maturing, right? Reviewers literally called that pairing a fashion statement.
Huh. Okay.
And they mentioned that even though it's the larger 42mm size, it still feels light, but solid, not bulky.
Getting that balance right. Light but sturdy, that's tricky.
It really is.
Yeah.
Easy to get wrong.
And the display. Sounds like a big improvement, too. This always-on Retina display. The sources say it's not just brighter, but noticeably more responsive.
Yeah, that responsiveness comes down to hardware optimization. They tweak the refresh rate, apparently.
So what does that mean in practice?
It means, well, whether you're glancing at it in bright sunlight or checking something quickly in a dim gym, the screen stays sharp and clear.
Okay.
And that extra brightness really matters if you're looking at, say, detailed maps or those complex health charts while you're moving.
Right. So it looks great, feels good. But, with Apple, the magic is often in making the tech just work seamlessly. So how quickly does that fancy rose gold watch actually load my running route or sync my health data? Let's talk performance.
Well, the setup is pretty much what you'd expect from Apple.
Yeah.
Seamless. Pairs fast, syncs data in minutes, standard stuff.
Okay, no surprises there.
But the real difference is the upgraded processor, the S-series chip.
Ah, the new silicon.
Yeah. And here's a technical detail that caught my eye. The reviews suggest about a 20% boost in graphics performance over the Series 10 chip.
20%. For the GPU on a watch, that sounds like quite a jump.
It is significant.
So where do you actually feel that? Does it make a real difference day to day?
Oh, definitely. It's why reviewers are saying app navigation feels instantaneous.
Not just switching apps, but more demanding stuff.
Exactly. Things like running the ECG analysis in real time or loading up detailed mapping apps, they're just much faster. And Siri feels snappier, too.
Because more processing is happening on the watch itself, less waiting for the phone.
Precisely. Minimizes that lag.
Okay, that sounds promising. But, the basic watch interface hasn't radically changed, has it?
Not radically, no.
So does the review mention if that speed boost gets kind of hidden by the familiar UI, or have they made genuine little tweaks to the experience?
There are subtle refinements to the UI, yeah. But honestly, the speed boost is the main refinement you feel. And that speed is crucial for the main selling point of this particular model.
The cellular connection.
Exactly, which the review calls liberating.
That's the big one for a lot of people, I think. The return on investment.
It is.
If we zoom out a bit, this faster performance plus the standalone cellular, that combo really solves a core user annoyance, doesn't it?
It really does. The key insight, I think, is how it cuts down on decision fatigue.
How so?
Well, you just don't have to stop and think, do I need my phone for this quick run?
Yeah.
Or should I grab it just to walk the dog?
Right, because payments, maps, calls, emergencies, it's all on your wrist.
Exactly. Being able to take a call, shoot off a quick text, or stream music right from the watch. It changes it from just being an accessory to a genuine standalone device.
Lets you properly unplug from the phone sometimes?
Yeah, without feeling cut off. It enhances daily life in that sense.
Okay, so speed and connectivity are sorted. Let's move to where the Apple Watch really made its name. Health and wellness.
Right.
The sources say tracking is still core, obviously, but the fitness tracker is apparently more accurate now and more adaptive.
It needs to be adaptive, right? Especially with how people train these days. HIIT workouts and all that. So the Series 11 automatically recognizes more stuff. Running, cycling, rowing, and yes, high-intensity interval training. It figures it out on its own.
And the sensor suite sounds packed. Beyond the usual heart rate and ECG, what else is new or improved?
Well, they talk about improved sensors giving more detailed health trends overall. You've got blood oxygen monitoring, temperature tracking for things like cycle tracking and spotting illness.
And stress management tools, too.
Yep, all feeding into this bigger health picture.
But the reviews seemed really focused on one specific upgrade as being particularly meaningful, the new sleep score system.
Ah, yes, the sleep score.
Lots of trackers do basic sleep stages. What's different here? Why is this one getting highlighted?
That's the key question, right? If we're doing a deep dive, what's the actual novelty?
Exactly. Is it just logging hours better?
What seems different is the correlation engine behind it.
Correlation engine.
Yeah, so it doesn't just track your REM sleep and tell you, you got 25% REM. It takes those sleep patterns and maps them against your activity levels from the day before.
Okay.
And it also uses the overnight temperature data from the watch.
Ah, linking different data points.
Right. And that lets it offer much more tailored advice. That seems to be the big differentiator versus other sleep trackers.
So less generic advice, more specific to me. Give me an example.
Okay, so instead of just saying, get more deep sleep, it might notice a pattern. Like, hey, your deep sleep consistently dips around 1 a.m. on nights after late workouts,
or maybe connect caffeine intake timing.
Exactly. It could say, based on your body temp recovery and sleep stage data for the last week, maybe try cutting off caffeine after 4 p.m. because it sees that specific link for you.
Huh, that does sound more useful.
That's the specificity of the reviewer called surprisingly motivating.
I can see why. It turns it from just collecting data into something that might actually help you change your habits.
Precisely. It shows you clearly how your actions impact your rest, helps you build better routines.
And that fits with Apple's whole gentle nudge approach, right? The stand reminders, the breathe prompts.
Yeah, it's all part of making the health data actionable, but without being annoying or preachy about it.
It guides rather than demands.
Right. It leverages all those detailed sensors to turn info into insight, hopefully leading to better habits. Not punitive, just informative.
Okay, let's shift to the really practical stuff. The non-glamorous but absolutely vital part, power and durability.
The battery life question. Always number one.
Always. The review calls the battery life solid, mentioning around 36 hours.
Yeah, 36 hours seems to be the benchmark for moderate, kind of typical use.
What does moderate use mean, though?
It generally means a full day of notifications, maybe a workout tracked with GPS, but not using cellular data heavily, plus overnight sleep tracking. That gets you through the day and into the next morning.
Okay, but what about the person who bought the cellular model specifically to use the cellular, to leave the phone at home on a run?
Right, that's the critical context. Reviewers were clear on this. That 36-hour figure takes a hit if you lean heavily on cellular.
How much of a hit?
Well, if you're doing, say, a 2-hour run, tracking GPS and streaming music over cellular the whole time, you're looking closer to maybe 18 hours total life, not 36.
Okay, that's a really important distinction. So you'll get through the day's big activity, but maybe not much further.
You might make it through the day, yeah, but you'll definitely need to charge it before bed or the first thing in the morning. You won't get that second day.
Which makes a fast charging capability way more important then.
Absolutely crucial. If daily charging becomes the norm for active users, being able to top it up quickly is key.
And the claim is less than an hour for a full charge.
Reportedly, yeah. Enough time to charge it while you shower and grab breakfast, it solves that conflict between charging overnight versus wanting to track your sleep.
Good point. That eliminates a major annoyance for wearable users.
Totally mitigates that battery anxiety.
And durability. How does it hold up?
Pretty well, based on the review. It's properly water resistant, so swimming's fine, showering's fine. And the aluminum case seems tough enough for everyday bumps and scrapes. It ticks the practicality boxes.
Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. To summarize our deep dive on the Series 11, we're seeing a big performance jump thanks to that new chip, right? That 20% graphics boost.
Yep, making everything feel snappier.
The really impressive display, bright, responsive.
Very functional.
And then genuinely useful health insights, especially with that new sleep score system using correlations.
Yeah, moving beyond just data logging to actionable advice.
So the overall assessment seems overwhelmingly positive, an impressive evolution.
It really does stand out. Probably one of the best wearables you can get right now. It's got the looks, the power, the smart health features, the cellular freedom it delivers across the board. Beauty, brains, and practicality, as the review put it.
Right. But we do need to mention the caveat, the one the review also brought up. Not a cheap purchase.
Definitely not. It's a significant investment.
Which brings up a final thought, I guess, a question for you, the listener, if you're considering this watch.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, the Series 11 kind of forces you to weigh that cost against what you personally value most.
Is the big win the seamless connectivity that maybe saves you a few minutes here and there? Reduces that mental load of juggling devices?
Or is it the deep health insights, that personalized sleep coaching that might genuinely lead to better long-term habits and well-being?
Right. Which feature actually provides the biggest return on investment for you? That's the calculation, isn't it? When you decide if this kind of integrated tech becomes an essential part of your routine.
Exactly. It's about figuring out where that value truly lies for your own life.